our distinguished leaders in faith, our sheikhs, our elders present, Muslim channel, a new kid, the organizations I see, whom I think are part of the sponsors, my beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There is conflict of interest over which language to use. But I have been asked I can use both, or I can pick one of the two and concentrate on that. Let me test the waters. Especially when I came in, there was contradiction about languages. Why do you call a pen and not, even kalam is not your language? What is a pen? What is kalam in your language? What do you call, why do we call a shirt, a sati? What is a shirt? What is the shirt in your language? That's where we have to begin. And I am happy to hear my younger brothers, some of them probably because of age, my children, if not all of them. Because I don't think all of these who are here, none of them is above 45. And therefore, if you are 45 and below, you are equivalent to my child. But my brothers, whom I have interacted with, all of them, I found here, including the moderator, Ashraf, for him he will not deny he is my son. Because he knows my relationship and his father. He knows. Then Prince Kachope, we have interacted. Nasif, we have interacted. Sheikh Hussein, we may have seen each other at a distance today, at least you have managed to. But for over a year or so, we have shared a class on Zoom. And somebody will say, you are talking about this hyper media that has occurred and its problems. Yet you are saying, it has enabled me to study a lot from Hussein without meeting him physically. And I admired him. Little did I know that he was also admiring me, which has expressed here. Then the other thing, there are certain things I want to correct first, because I am unfortunate. Somebody said, we shall even talk about your history when you are still alive. It's okay. It's okay. But as long as I am not exaggerated. Because very many people out there, they have an exaggerated view of myself. And even they go further to claim that they know me better than I know myself. When they tell me, Tewemani, you don't know yourself. I don't believe there is anybody who knows me better than myself. The two who would be are both deceased. Those who gave me the name of Imam, because many people ask Imam. Imam is my name. All my official document. From the day I was given a name, I was called Imam. One of my parents did not see me also become Imam of a mosque, but one saw for several years. But the original, I think, the one who even suggested the name did not have the opportunity to see me because he departed when I was just 9 years old. And therefore, I have been in that state, fatherless, for the last 55 years. Because 55 plus 9, is it not 64? Because my age is 64. So, exaggerated view. I always struggle to fight against it. Because I have seen it, many people, when they give us that exaggerated impression that people have over you, we lose the track. That is my problem. Sometimes you call me these many titles, I say I don't want them. So, that one. The other thing is that they have wrongly introduced me as a teacher at the university, at Makerere University. I only taught at Makerere University in a college that I did not study in. I am the only, probably I tell people that I am the only person who has taught law when I did not study law. Because I taught lawyers for 3 years. I used to teach a course unit in law for 3 years at the invitation of, I think, Dr. Beatrice Mwaka, who was teaching law, and at a given seminar in Jinja, she presents her case. I challenge her because she quoted the Quran. And I asked her, is that the Quran? She said, yes. I had my 2 copies. I removed the Mus'haf. And now some people are going to ask me the difference. I brought out a Mus'haf and asked her, show me the verse you have quoted in the Mus'haf. Of course she couldn't, because it was not translated. It was the Quran in its original form is what they call Mus'haf. These all others are translations, including some translations in Arabic. People don't know that the Quran is translated in what? In Arabic. You see, Ibn Kathir is a translation of the Quran in Arabic. Many people don't know. So she couldn't. Then I said, what you have quoted is not the Quran. You have quoted a translation of the Quran, or the meaning of the Quran, according to the translator. And I pulled out and I said, now, so she could now identify it. Then I said, the text in English somehow, in many instances, differs from the text in the original form. From then, she invited me whenever she reached the stage of teaching Islamic domestic law, marriage, divorce, inheritance. That's how I ended myself teaching what I had not studied. And some of the people I taught are senior lawyers now. And both Muslim and non-Muslim, they respect me for that. So that is the only time I taught in what you can call Makerere. But I have never been a lecturer of Makerere University. I am just a student. I was a student of Makerere University from 1982 to 85 and from 1989 to 91. For both my undergraduate and postgraduate. They asked me to talk. Initially it was community development. Community development. How did it come about? I want to imagine. Every Sunday evening, I have a class in Mawanga Masjid about community development. And even individual development. And I have also extended that class for the last 2 years on Zoom, coordinated by the Uganda-American Muslims there for the last 2 years. Because theirs was simple. Because they gave me a topic like this one, I designed it to my thinking, like I think Dr. Ashraf is what he was trying to say, what they were trying to tell us. Sometimes it's not just a matter of reading what others have written, but interpreting what they have written to suit your interests. And that's why what they have been talking about, mass media, especially the high power, is a very, you see, before any information reaches you in the mass media, it goes through 6 stages. The last stage is precipitation, that when you receive it, who is going to receive it, how is it going to impact on you? And that's very critical. And that is determined by stage 5, whom we call the gatekeeper. It is the gatekeeper. If news, because first of all, there's the news and where it has happened. You see? Like now, those people who are now watching this, they are admiring the numbers. I last saw such a numbers when we hosted Sheikh Khalid Yassin in 2009 in this very hall. It was full capacity, everywhere it was full, and we just closed, people could not access it again. Sheikh Khalid Yassin, I don't know how many of you follow him. He's worthy of following. So, this event has occurred here, it has created news. They will start venue, Africana, news, what has transpired here, then channel, which channel, which agency, sorry, agency, the agency that has picked it, then which channel is going through, and then as it goes, it reaches the newsroom, and then the gatekeeper will determine what to produce and what not to produce. It is on that basis that, for example, me, I have deliberately refused to give several Ugandan media houses my interviews. I tell them it is either live or no. It is either live or no. I have my reasons. Because I gave them an interview sometime, and the editor did what he wanted. Then I said, he did not know that I know the trend of how news move. Since then, if you don't want to give me a live show, I will not attend. After all, I lose nothing. Kubanza amawulire media houses size zingattako, nze nzigattako. Yes, I am convinced. Nti tebalina kyebangattako. Because my information, ebyange byenjagala, ne wenjagala bituuke, nsobola okubituusaayo nga sigenze mu media y'omuntu yenna. If I want. That is my belief, and I strongly so. So, when the Americans asked me, they asked me to talk about Muslim conflict in Uganda. And I told them there is no Muslim conflict in Uganda, and indeed it is not there. What is in Uganda is disparity. And I started with disparity until I went through community development and many other things. Because 2 years, every Sunday, minimum time, 2 hours. Maximum, sometimes 4 hours. We go up to morning in our side. So, these ones wanted to talk about, so, but one of, I think, their team, sometimes they pass in Mawanga and they have picked some of this information. And I think it was on the basis of that they asked me to talk to you. But when 2 days later, it changed. And they said how to overcome the problem of donor dependency with Muslim unity. Terms need to be, so I don't have any written paper, much as I am carrying my laptop. I have just come to tell you embos of this subject. And whoever thinks it is worth it, he can find me. We make an arrangement, and I give you further than that. My biggest weakness in life I am a very bad writer. I asked Professor Abbas to find me a school where I can go to train in writing, only writing. But I'm a very bad writer. I only put highlights and talk my way through. So, when we talk about the problem of donor dependency, meaning surviving on the, are they tunes? Oh, the word, I forgotten the word. Tunes of others. They are the ones who tune you. You see, I have been in charity for over 30 years. My biggest challenge is accountability. Accountability which involves pictures, videos, photos. It is the biggest challenge. But because I am a dependent on a given donor, then I have to accept, it is through that I thought of a new way, a new method of saying that how do we get out of the chains of the donors, the donor syndrome. The only way is create your own way, your own thinking, and say it to the people. That's how, those of you who are members of Mia, that's how it was founded. Contribution of 100 shillings every day. I don't know how many of you are contributors, or you only hear it, or you see some of its projects somewhere when you are moving, you just see, you make ablution, and you see the water tanker there, or the well that donated by Mia Foundation. 100 shillings. I thought then, in 2008, that if I can raise 1 million Uganda Muslims, 1 million. Let me first ask a random question. How many Muslims are in Uganda? Who knows them? 14.7 million. What is the source of your data? What is the source of your data? UBOS. How reliable is UBOS about Muslim issues? 14 point. So if it is 14 point, is it percent or million? Million. Therefore, now what is the population? Then in terms of percentage, it becomes what? If we are 14 million Muslims in Uganda, according to UBOS, then what is our percentage? What is our total percentage? So my sister is talking about percentage, not numbers. Because if they say we are 14 million, then that means we are 1/3 of the population of Uganda. Correct? Correct or false? Because 14 over 41 times 100, you have about 35%. That is arithmetic. I don't call it mathematics. It is arithmetic. You can use your calculator and find out. Because the Ugandan population, also according to UBOS, is out. Who knows the Ugandan population? Yeah. I have a problem of language. What is the population of Uganda? Ngandi worried. I am worried. When I look at your faces, where you have come from, if you don't know the population of Uganda, even vaguely, I am worried. The community has problems. Wanje? 46. What is your source also? You know, that's the problem of being a teacher. Oh, Who knows? Ani amanyi abantu bameka bali mu Uganda awaniko omukono gwe atubuulire. Kyotya kibuzo kyengenda kuddako siteeka ku kyanukula. Twalira bali madamu huyo Hajati.
Temutya bino si bya kabuli.
Ekituufu. Si bya kufana kuwona. We are only just want to learn. Mutegeere. Those of you are in dawa work. Kyemwagala okukola mutagetinga ki? Babuze ebibuuzo bingi bano abasajja bakugu mbatidde era neerayikiridde. Levo kwe batadde ekintu kyabwe nga badiscussinga wano simanyi muyinza oba mutulese bweru. Obuzibu bwe buli nja kubabuulira obuzibu bwe buva. 45. What is your source? Ubos. There is this one. Just about another 3. You will see.
According to the World Bank report of 2021, we are 45.85 million Ugandans.
According to
World Bank report of 2021.
World Bank. When did World Bank account us? Next. There's a lady there. Okay, that one and that lady becomes the last, and then we come back here.
Assalamualaikum
Walaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
According to me, it's 45.7.
According to you. And it's your source.
Yes.
Mumtaz. Next. That one there, and then
Akola sensa isige yekka.
You see? Kakati mwenna abali mu bitongole by'Obusiraamu ako kakunizo kemba wadde mugende mwebuuze muli bameka? How many are we?
49.7 million. United Nations, April 3rd, 2023.
April 3rd. And when did they do their last? Wait. Did you read the details?
No.
When did they do their last demographic checkup?
Not yet.
Okay. Nobody knows the population of Uganda.
They are fasting.
Yes, nobody knows. And not you, including all people outside, including Ubos. They don't know. They are only imagining. That's why when the politicians talk, they are the ones who talk 48, 49, whatever. But Ubos knows the Ugandan population is 41 million. And they have also produced that one. At least I have read it. Why? How do they come to that one? They look at the population growth in this country over the time, over the number of people who were in the last census. Okay? And then they make an estimate. But for politicians, they talk about 48 million in order to do political work. So when they tell you you are 48 million, and then they tell you that the population is young, but the voters are 18 million, you accept. And I am a critic. I love to critique things. And I invest in it time. Okay? So the problem why we are shy to say whatever, we are not readers. Because reading and writing is not part of our culture. We don't read. Sheikh Ashraf has talked about the book. I am very certain these books, according to the number of people who are educated in this country, and the books that we produced would not be finding. That's why the Arabic version, which was, we don't have even one copy. Including myself, I no longer have, even the one I had was taken, the Arabic version. And all of them were bought by the embassies. They could order 10, 20, and the organizations. But locally here, even including the schools which teach Islam, they don't have that copy of the book. They are depending on some other people who wrote centuries ago. Because we do not read. And I have brought here not to, no, I am to sell. I'm not going to donate, I'm not donating to sell those who want to buy. We have now the Uganda version and the English version. Each of it is 100,000. People are going to tell me it is very expensive. The person who says it is expensive, He's holding a telephone of 5 million. Yes. Recently they stole the telephone at Manga Mosque. And so somebody came, they have stolen my phone. So I went into my system to look at who stole it. Eventually I saw who stole it. And the person who stole it, during that time, she had claimed that she was in Iddi at Africana Mosque. She's the one who stole the phone, because I saw her. We are now trying to track her. She cannot also use it, because she can't unblock it. She can maybe throw it away. But the owner of the phone, she could be here. What is it? The police officer asked, how much is it? 5.3. Nenga mwana mto yakutte phone wijagala okugamba kunze mwana mto aine simu ya kaddi 5. Otegedde? Because that is the generation that they have prepared you to be into that one. Bano bibadde boogera kwa. They have prepared you. Bakulaba batyango okutaka simu ngaka nakayima mu Kasozi kano. Okiwulidde? So that is the problem. Mindset. We have been set. So now, donors. So if we can get only 1 million out of the 14 or whatever, or the 8, then every day we would be raising 100 million. Every day. Nga buli musiramu, abasiramu kubali mu Uganda nga tugyeko abasiramu akadde kamu, buli omu n'atuwa siringi 10. Tuba tufuna ssente meka? Arujistarinza communicating ombuli oyina abantu bameka borujistarinza abayingidde muno mbalage. What I want to use it as a source of showing you that we can run away from donor dependence if we become serious. So if we can raise 100 million every day, ebizibu by'abasamba Uganda olowooza tuba tetubimaze. Singa sente ezo director wa gundi ali wano kizitokozi gwe CEO mpya bagiyita bagye bagambe bagiwulire wanje waliwo ayina office wano Mutagubya yaliyo n'avamu bagiyita batya wanje Hijaz. If we become subscribers to Hijaz nga tubawo obukadde 10 lwa siringi 10 kyokka buli lunaku, that means in a month how many billions times 30 days? In a year how many trillions? Gegenda obuuze ogatte political parties z'obusiraamu eziri mu Uganda. Mu Uganda muli political parties z'obusiraamu. Of course temugenda kukikkiriza ne kanki bagambe. We have political parties in Muslim political parties in, and where are they based? One is based at Old Kampala, the other one at Chibuli, the other one at Hasero, the other one at Sawaya Queen, the other one at Kayanja Kakabaka, another one at Kabaka. These are political parties. If these political parties formulated a parliament of Muslims and they meet there and discuss and then they begin to accept to work together for the cause of Muslims and Islam, then the donor what? Dependence would cease. Several years ago, I had donors from Turkey for Ramadan. I think they started in 2006, yes. But 2006 with Qurban, 2010 with Ramadan. Their donation today is just 1/20th of what I do. What I do now in Ramadan is all locally generated. It is all locally generated. But it is 20 times more than what was coming from outside, which was demanding me photos, free reforms, have issues, then you end up having issues with finance intelligence. You see, because money has come in from who. Now I don't have those because I wake up in the morning and I say Ramadan has come and I move on. This year alone I have reached to 10,000 families plus some schools and institutions. But it is not published anywhere because it's not my style to publish. Because I know the dangers of it. The good thing is my donors, local ones, also understand that, because if they are known that they are the ones also donating that, it would be a problem to them. Why do you give out all of this? But if I have my chikumi and people come and say big list of chikumi, I can have a better explanation. Therefore, because of interest of time, how do we overcome this donor dependency? By realizing ourselves. Twezule. Nga twezuulira mu ki? Nga tukola what they call appreciative inquiry. Appreciative inquiry. What does appreciative inquiry mean? Is to look into your history and see where you performed better. And according to me, the Muslim community in Uganda performed better when our grandfathers and our parents were at the harem of Islam. Because for them, they said, we want a mosque in our village, and they put it there. We want a school in our village, they put it there. Today, we are asking other people to come and build the schools for us. All of you, whether you went through Chibuli Secondary School, it was a local community headed by Prince Badu Kakungulu that started the school. It is there. If you started through Katwe Nur, the same. If you went through Kabiji, which is now every other time you see it in the newspaper being struggled for, it's the same. If you go to Kemshego Muslim Primary School, where I did my primary school, the same. Name the school in your village and see which donor brought it there. The problem is the mindset. Omanyi tebatuwa, omanyi batusoswa. Bwe baba bakusoswa gwe kola ebibyo bitufu. Nze sibanja president, RDC, simbanja minister, simbanja kino. Because I don't have any claim kuchimubanja nze nga Imam kuba simuwa kalulu. Kati ate mubanjize eki. Mwabamuwa, you are free. So, if you want to get out of the chains of donors, so that even the donors begin respecting you, you begin to do the work with the resources that you have. What does it call for? It calls for what we call a participatory approach to development. What is participation? Participation is the process through which stakeholders influence and share control over development initiatives, okay, and the decisions and resources that affect them. I am asking, do you have any control of the resources you have? Do you have any control of the activities that you want to do? Do you have any control about these schools we are talking about? You don't have. They will teach what they want. But in other countries, they don't have a common syllabus. They have a syllabus according to a territory. What do the people of the area want? But for you, you are born in deep in Kabulasoke, you want to do your education at Chibuli Secondary School. All the schools in Kabulasoke don't matter. Okay? Don't ask me. My secondary school was a walking distance from my home. I walked from, but I was not there, I was boarding. But it was walking distance from home. Primary was walkable, secondary was walkable. The only one unwalkable one was university. Then, today sometimes even universities are almost, but we always leave them to go and seek other. I had an issue with my child. Which university to go to? He wanted to go to Makerere. I wanted him to go to another university. Islamic University. There was a big argument, my son. And I told him, you see, the principle at my home is, when you choose the course, I choose the university for you. I'm a very, very stubborn parent. When you choose the course, I choose. When you choose the university, I choose the course for you, depending on your area of interest. Because I cannot ask you to do what you can't. So, that is where. So this young man, we argued. Then I said, okay, if you have not accepted, I don't mind. You can go. Then he convinced me. Two, nemuganja agosome ku Islamic University baje nsomesa. Sagala bazadde balala balogoze course gyagala okusoma ku Islamic University jeri. Abazadde balogoze nti nze abaana baabwe mbaguza mpewo abange mbatwala walala. That is my philosophy behind it. Now this young man does not. I changed it. So when we argued a lot, I even determined both. Yes, because I was going to pay, and it's my money. It's not his. So I told him, and if you have refused, I went into the mosque and I said, if there's any parent who has a child and you cannot afford a university tuition, I have my money because the one I wanted to pay for has refused it. My own son. No, my own son. Then I told him, if you think increases that will be, I gave him 10 people. Gendo ndope siwoza nabana na nzikirizo okuoza nawe. Gendo wa Professor Chiyimba, gendo wa Dr. Sengendo, gendo wa Hachanjo, gendo wa Bisegerwa, gendo wa Msamanja Chibirige, ndope. Ndi willing okukola ki? Okuoza nawe. He did not go. Because he knew he would be defeated even without me going there. Because they would ask him questions and then I guide him. The way we look at things. So, a man and I get Islamic University, I never got to Kusumira Kampala campus. Because I don't believe in a child walking from home to university. He does not feel the university. He doesn't. Ebiziwe vereri mu kisolo na kitabimanya era kyemuva muvaayo ne mutawana n'emirimu temwagala kukola ne baba emirimu ne gibalema muli leze mu pretendinga because you are just rotting. Ne bw'ogenda wali n'omanya n'ofuna emikwano emipya kuba musula nabo ne mbonabona bonna ensi bw'ogisanga nga bemmenya abo tewali gwe bazaala ku kyalo kyewaffe ne bonna nabasanga wa university kati tuli ba mukwano era ba Luganda. Kati omwana today he is celebrating course je namutwalamu kwa yali ayagala procurement oba what nemugamba nti eyo course ki nemubuza if you get out of that course whom are you going to procure for in this country? On a serious note, I am giving you on a serious note, how many companies in this country do real procurement that they want procurement officers? They don't have. Oh, na ya company ye procurement office chasero chagamba gwagala ogulako gwakola ki ne mugamba agende akole lo kati a celebrating kuba yeita council ne yali tayagala noracho all that said do not depend so okugivaamu nga feffe nyini twetandikiddeko naddala fe abawalimu obuzibu bwetulina bwe tujja okukola appeals. People will never see you touch your pocket now when you take out.
Kubawunyao.
Ochagede. Omuwalimu yenna gwoba osooka. Kakati mawanga mumulaba. Nakafuna ba ambassador abava mu nsi y'Obusiraamu mukaaga. Nga bajja okumbuuza oba eggwanga lyewaabwe lye lyazimba omuzikiti gwawa gwe Mawanga. Eyasooka yasaalira mu muzikiti n'amalanga wiiki nga talabanga tandabanga. N'abuuza ani yazimba omuzikiti guno? Nga nti Imam waffe yatumobilizing. Yaani yona asaaziza nti nedda. Yaani bamuyita Imam Kasozi. Nali ndi awo olunaku lumu nzize maze okusala magali binzizeeyo eka mbasi natwangu nga ndawo omusajja omweru akonkona salaamu alaikum alaikum salaamu neyanjula nze ndi ambasada w'egindi nti ye ddala siffe twazimba omuzikiti guno ne mugamba nti kyemmanyiiko temugusobola gye musobola ngimanyi gulo temugusobola si kuba nti tebalina sente ziguzimba naye tebasobola kubagwa they cannot donate it era kati genda onoonye emirimu emizikiti egiri donated egisukka ku biliyoni y'essiringi e Uganda yewulidi Kampala yewali omuzikiti guli oguli ku Ntebe Road najja Nankumbi mbulirayo omulala wangi Mukono yes kuba Mukono nagwo mmanya and I know how to go to there Mukono emirala gyonna gy'olaba abantu be bagyezimbira kubanga badoona ezo sente tebazirina balina miliyoni 8 nga bw'osanga kati bw'ogenda nkugamba 8 kuba mmanyi emizikiti egikoze miliyoni nga 8 nezeyongeddemu ogw'Emtyana kati ogwakaggwa ng'ogw'Abazukuuli wali bayitawo batya Busega eyo mu Kibumbiro ng'omuzikiti oguli ku ssomero lye bayita Kinaawa High Kawempeki emizikiti egiri mu 500 square meters ogwo gye kigenda mu ssente ezo naye emirala gyonna miliyoni 8 100 mmeka kati baddamu egyene ewammwe ekyova olaba badoona bamwe abamu bwe bajja basooka kubasaba muleete material mutuweeko ki materials tugatteko nze gye nkolera ekyo nakigaana bw'oba oyita wange nagaana okuntuma nzimba omuzikiti wa square meters 50 nagaana ekineeyiguza kiki nsobola okumatiza mmwe ne turaising esente ne tuzimba ki omuzikiti nga munene nga bwe mbagambye ogwawa ogw'Emawanga gwenkulembera. So if we want to get out of here basebo ne banyabo tugende twekolemu omulimu ogugamba nti my obligation every day is 200 shillings only zensobola teweetuma kukola ki teryagaba kyatalina teryagaba kyatalina otherwise tujja kusigala mwekyo. So that's why mbagambye participation kitegeeza ki kuleeta abantu ne beetabamu ne bakola decisions ne balaba ekintu kyabwe ne basigala nga bagenda okukituusa awo gye bakola ki naye ne time frame nga teri limited kuba omuntu agamba njagala omuzikiti mu myezi eki naye bw'oba olina sente nnyingi nga munene bweguto nga munene okomerera nga oguzimbye bubi kubanga time frame eri gy'owaayo siminti akale bulungi nyongereko toba nayo sometimes orashinga n'okugula materials ne baguza ne material omufu kubanga olina kyokola ki fe abemango ogwaffe teguggwanga tugamba it's not our obligation to complete it. Our obligation was to start it. We bought the land, we started the mosque, then the generation to come will complete it. Chenjaga omaliriza nakyo Muslim unity. Muslim unity is a myth. Muslim unity is a myth. But the Muslims can cooperate. When you still have people who are still, they are very comfortable by just 2 statements, the title given to him, nagatako na kino nze government nze gwemanyi kasita nange government ekola ki emanyi oba abasiraamu mummanyi oba temmanyi is not a big deal. Don't expect what? 2, unity comes through negotiation, and negotiation what you call mu lulimi luli tugiyita tutya conflict resolution, mitigation oba you can use mitigation, there's another word I have forgotten. It asks people to dialogue, and dialoguing means give and take. Listening to the other, not because you are going to accept his position, okay, but you tolerate it. Kati, don't just tolerate it. Many people will just tolerate you. You also tolerate us. kuba byenkola sibyokkiriza nawe byokola sibyenkola ki ne when we meet we just tolerate each other but not work level eyo then you can talk about Muslim what but as of now Muslim unity is a myth and I want to give you reasons. Number one, time has gone but I want to give you these reasons. When I had first started seeing this I thought Muslim unity was going to come through the young tax you the right of a tabligh. Okay, while groups ryenkadde zikyalinga bwezaali ene y'abatabuligi kati erimu groups nga 9 kanzibamenyere nage mugende nga muzimanyi
ddala
Muslim gye oyita revolution y'abato yatandika ne speedika society where I also belonged was called the Society of Preaching Islam, denouncing innovation, Qadianism, and A is what? Shirk bajita batya mu luzungu. Wanji? Because it is speedica. S is society. P of preaching. I Islam. D denouncing Qadianism, atheism. Yes, Qadianism and atheism. C is Qadianism. The purpose was to denounce the society of preaching Islam and denouncing innovation, Qadianism, and atheism. That is Speedica. Today, Speedica yo, 1984 neyabika. Maulana Sheikh Zwachi Mungu amsasire kubanga yayimirirawo okutandika revolution eno. N'agenda ne group ye. Ne bagenda ne bafuuka Speedica Foundation. Bano ne basigala. Bano we basigala. Ne basigalawo Speedica si Speedica. Abasigalawo mu 1986 nabo ne bawa 87 nabo ne bawambibwa. Ababawamba be bavaamu kyemuyita salafu olwaleero. Kati salafu eyo yawamba. At that time yawamba ng'ekulu wa Kamuga na kati yakulira. Ng'emyuka ya Jamiru mukulu. Otegedde nga ye myuka we. Ne basigala we batyo. Nabo mu 1991 ne baabika. Jamiru mukulu n'agenda akola Salafu Foundation. N'ebigitambulirako bye mumanyi byesagala kwagamba ano muyinza okuddukawo ne mufuluma. Then Kamuga n'asigala nabano bwe basigala kweyubulamu ne bafuuka Jamiyat Dawa ki
Salafi.
Bwe beeyubula at that time ne bavaako ekibinja kyane kifuuka tabuligi ki community nakyo ekiri kati bano ne bagenda abafuuka Salafu ne beera ku Market Street nabo ne baabikamu ebibinja bimeka bibiri. Olwaleero tuyina ekikulwa Seeka Kibaate ne tubeera n'ekikulwa ani Seeka Kamuga.
Otegedde.
Kati ebyo bibinja bimeka obiwulidde biringa 7. Kati bwe tuveeyo Speedica yagenda neziwa nayo neyabika. Eyinamu Speedica yennyini ebeerawo Emmengo neevunamu eya Kojja Bukenya batera kukuŋŋanda wali ewamuliraanwa wange neefunamu eya Juma Kisaliita neefunamu eya Abdu Kasule abeera Embalala.
Allah.
Ebyo byonna bibinja byava mu ki bamuzeeyi bakyasigadde nga bazeeyi. So that is the problem. So those of you who have dream kati find a dream at that time naye nagiwa emyaka nga 20. Kati bwe mbuuza nti Muslim unity mu Uganda esobola okubaamu after 45 years. Ng'abaana bano abato be muzadde mmwe tubasomesezza mu ssomero amakulu ga unity ne bakulanga bakimanyi bwe balijja mu bukulembeze after 45 years. Owulidde ne bajja ne unity. Naye bwe banajjira ku byenze byendiko nammwe byemuliko not possible. So political parties za mwezo nga bagambye buli omu gomanyi headquarter y'eweri. Owulidde genda ogigambe Musese genda ogigambe nti vyeno bwe tutuuka ku kigambo ekinene ngalamanzaane funding for it twegatte tusoloze sente tujja tugende mu ki bw'obuuza you can ask my sister Kigozi yamanyizi yasasaanyiza nesi nange mbagambye nange ze nesasaanyiza mbabulidde imanyiza okubula gundi n'ebitongole ebirala bwe tunaazigatta nga tukoze pool then tusobola okuvaayo buli omu agenda aweereza abo bagamba nti be bamukwatako naye nga tuyina. So if you want to look at Muslim unity, begin looking for a federation of Muslim organizations. saagala kuwambya kusingaawo, naye njagala kubagamba nti community yammwe esobola okukyukakyuka. Lwaki? Naye development si nnyangu. It is a long term process. It is value based and is results oriented. Ebyo bisatu bw'oba tobimanyi teweetantala kugenda muki, ojja kusanga obuzibu bunene nnyo. Munsonyiwe nduddewo, naye nsobola okugaana mpaka next week nga sivuddewo wano, naye kankome wano baali batusinkanyiza, tuliddayo netukola ki, ne twogera ne tugamba nti nno badoona balungi kubanga batwanguyiza, naye bazibu bye baagala tukole nabyo, kuba nabo gye bajja ssente nabo balondoola ne kitubakaluubiriza. Ekirala obuzibu bwe baleeta ebintu byabwe ne bagaa ate mutirere tubakuba ebifaananyi ate temwagala, ate n'omwaka ogujja mwagala babawe. Bw'oba toyagala kugenda mu ekyo, genda ku muzikiti gwe wammwe mwe mobilizing mugambe nti inshallah Ramadhan ejja ffe tugyekolerako, muteekewo akabokisi mukasumule ng'ebule wiiki emu okuwera ku Ramadhan mulabe ezirimu. Bwe munaasanga nga ziwera nga muvuvinga on, bwe muba temuzisobola then mugonde babadonatingire babafuge. Salaamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Barakallahu fikum wa jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you so much, Imam Iddi Kasozi, for that wonderful lecture. This is really reconstructing